Everyone says Barcelona is too expensive for retirement. They're half right. The Barcelona on travel posters, Las Ramblas, the Eixample, the rooftop bars, that Barcelona will eat Linda's budget alive. But there's another Barcelona, and almost nobody talks about it. Coming up, the neighborhood market that makes La Boqueria look like a tourist trap. The visa problem Linda almost didn't catch in time. The rental market that's tighter than anything she's seen, and the one number that could change everything. Barcelona, northeast Spain on the Mediterranean coast, second largest city in the country, home to Gaudí, FC Barcelona, and approximately 4 million opinions about where to get the best coffee. It is also, by most retirement channel logic, completely off the table for someone on Linda's income. Linda is 58. Retired teacher from Phoenix, Arizona. $2,100 a month from her pension. $40,000 in savings. Widowed. Her daughter is in Denver. She wants a walkable town, real neighbors, and a life that doesn't feel like she's just waiting. Phoenix gave her heat and strip malls. She wants something else. The average one-bedroom apartment in Barcelona hit roughly $1,600 a month in early 2026. That's not a rumor. That's Fotocasa and Idealista data. And yes, if Linda rents in the Eixample or near the waterfront, she's done before she starts. But the citywide average is not the whole story. Barcelona has a two-tier rental market. Tier 1, tourist-facing, Eixample priced, the version that ends up in YouTube thumbnails. Tier 2, the neighborhoods where people actually live. Gràcia, Poblenou, Poble-sec. In those areas, verified 2026 data shows one-bedrooms in the 1,100 to 1,500 euro range. That's tight on Linda's budget, but it's real. Gràcia is the neighborhood that surprises people most. It was its own independent town until 1897, and it still acts like one. Narrow streets, small squares, plazas, where the same people sit every afternoon. Cats on windowsills. Independent coffee shops that have been there for 30 years. It feels less like a district of a major city and more like a village that got swallowed and refused to change. Poblenou is different. Barcelona's old industrial waterfront, now tech companies and cycling lanes and beach access. Newer apartments, younger crowd, but still a neighborhood feel that the Eixample never had. Walk to the beach in 15 minutes. Poblenou is where you live if you want the city and the sea without paying for the postcard. And then there's the food. La Boqueria on Las Ramblas is famous for a reason. It's also been described, by people who live here, as a place where you pay tourist prices to be photographed near fruit. The real daily shopping happens somewhere else. Mercat de la Boqueria in Gràcia. Covered iron and glass market, local vendors, cheap produce, zero selfie sticks. This is where Linda buys her tomatoes on a Tuesday morning, and the vendor asks how her week is going. It's the version of Barcelona that doesn't make it onto the travel blogs. Mercat de Sant Antoni is the other one worth knowing. Renovated, beautiful, anchors one of the city's best food neighborhoods. On Sundays, it turns into a book market. Linda would probably spend 3 hours there and call it a morning. The food culture runs on a clock that will reset Linda's internal rhythm within 2 weeks. Lunch doesn't happen before 2 in the afternoon, often closer to 3. Dinner before 9 marks you as a tourist. Between 4 and 8, restaurants close. That dead zone is for coffee, a walk, or a nap. Linda, who spent 30 years eating lunch at 11:45 because the school bell said so, will find this either deeply civilized or mildly infuriating, probably both. The language situation is genuinely interesting. Catalan is the co-official language. It appears first on all signage, menus, and official communications. Locals don't expect foreigners to speak it. Switch to Spanish, and everyone adjusts immediately. But learn 3 words of Catalan: bon dia, gracias, perdona. and you will get a warmth that Spanish alone doesn't unlock. Linda's 1 year of college Spanish, which she describes as mostly forgotten, is actually enough to start. The climate is Mediterranean. Warm, dry summers, mild winters that rarely drop below 41 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 300 days of sun per year. Coming from Phoenix, Linda will find the summers familiar but more humid. The winters, though. The winters are the thing. Barcelona in January is 55 degrees and sunny. Phoenix in January is fine. Columbus in January is a moral failing. The social pace is slower than Phoenix in a way that takes adjustment. A coffee at a terrace bar is a 45-minute event. Not because the service is slow, because that's what coffee is for. Community in Gràcia is real. Street festivals, neighborhood associations, the same faces at the same tables. Catalans are described by long-term expats as more reserved than Spaniards from other regions. It takes longer to break through. But when you do, the connections are genuine. Now the money. And here's where it gets honest. Linda's $2,100 a month. Let's say she finds a one-bedroom in Gràcia at 1,200 euros, roughly $1,300 at mid-2026 rates. That's already 62% of her income gone on rent alone. What's left? $800 for everything else. Groceries run about $345 a month. Public transport pass, under $30. Utilities, electricity, water, internet, roughly $100 to $150. That leaves Linda somewhere between $0 and $300 for healthcare, dining out, and life. It works, barely, and only if the rent stays at the low end. The total cost of living for a single person in Barcelona, rent included, runs around $2,300 to $2,400 a month, according to multiple 2026 sources. Linda's budget is $2,100. She is, by the median estimate, about $200 short of comfortable. That's not a deal breaker. It is a margin that requires attention. Now the harder problem. To live legally in Spain long-term, Linda needs a non-lucrative visa. The income requirement for 2026, 2,400 euros per month. At current exchange rates, Linda's $2,100 converts to roughly 1,940 euros. She is 460 euros a month short of the threshold. This is not a footnote. This is the central question of the whole video. The gap is real, but it's not necessarily fatal. Spanish consulates have accepted combinations of monthly income plus demonstrated savings to bridge shortfalls. But this varies by consulate and by case, and it is not guaranteed. Linda has $40,000 in savings. Whether that's enough to satisfy a consulate alongside her income is a question for a Spanish immigration lawyer, not a YouTube channel. What's clear? She cannot walk in with her pension statement alone and expect approval. There's also a renewal trap worth knowing. The first NLV is valid for 1 year. The first renewal requires proof of double the funds, roughly 57,600 euros available. Linda's $40,000 doesn't cover that at current rates. She would need to be building savings during year 1, not drawing them down. This is the kind of detail that catches people off guard 2 years in. One more financial layer. Catalonia has higher regional income tax rates than Andalusia, Madrid, or Galicia. For retirees with significant passive income, that's a meaningful difference. Linda's Social Security income is relatively modest, so the impact is limited. But if she has IRA or 401k distributions, those are taxable in Spain under the U.S.-Spain tax treaty. And if she has a Roth IRA, here's the trap. Spain doesn't recognize the Roth structure and may tax those withdrawals as regular income, even though they're tax-free in the U.S. If you're finding this useful and want to follow Linda and the rest of the crew as they work through these decisions, Dave's looking at Malaga, Robert's eyeing Alicante. Hit subscribe. New episodes drop every week. Now, the rental market itself, Because even if Linda clears the visa bar, finding the apartment is its own challenge. Rental supply on Barcelona listing portals dropped 28% between late 2025 and early 2026. Listings disappear within hours. Bidding wars on desirable apartments are common. Landlords routinely ask for 2 months' deposit up front. This is not a weekend project. Linda would need to be in the city, moving fast, ideally with a local contact or a relocation agent who knows the market. The tourist apartment phase-out is actually good news for Linda in the long run. Barcelona is eliminating all 10,000-plus tourist apartment licenses by November 2028, upheld by Spain's Constitutional Court. Spain fined Airbnb €65 million in December 2025 for advertising unlicensed properties. That housing stock slowly comes back to the long-term market. It won't fix the crisis overnight, but the direction of travel is toward residents. The honest, hard parts. Linda's daughter is in Denver. Barcelona is a 9-hour flight and a 9-hour time difference. That's not insurmountable, but it's real. The bureaucracy is genuinely slow. The NLV takes 3 to 5 months to process, and that's before she's even looking for an apartment. The language, even with Spanish, has a Catalan layer that takes time, and the social reserve of the city means the first months can feel lonely before they feel warm. So, can Linda retire in Barcelona on $2,100 a month? The honest answer is, possibly, but not easily, and not without solving 2 problems first. Problem 1, the visa income gap. She needs a lawyer and a plan before she applies. Problem 2, the rental market. She needs to be there in person, moving fast, with local help. Neither of those is a reason to walk away. They're reasons to prepare. What she gets on the other side of those problems? A Tuesday morning at Mercat de la Boqueria, where the vendor knows her name. A coffee at a Gràcia terrace that lasts 45 minutes because that's what coffee is for. A walk to the beach that takes 20 minutes and costs nothing. A winter that feels like Phoenix spring. And a city that, once it lets you in, is genuinely one of the most livable places on earth. Barcelona doesn't price Linda out. The tourist version of Barcelona does. Those are 2 different cities sharing the same metro map, and Linda's $2,100 buys her access to the one that locals actually live in. The question isn't whether she can afford it. The question is whether she can find the apartment before someone else does, and whether her income clears the visa bar. Those are solvable problems. The life on the other side of them is real. Which of our crew do you see yourself in most? Linda, looking for community and a walkable city. Dave, wanting peace and no snow. Or Robert, just wanting a good doctor and a balcony. Drop it in the comments. And if you've thought about Barcelona or ruled it out, tell us why. We read every one. Next week, we're following Robert to Alicante. Smaller city, lower rents, and a healthcare system that surprised everyone who looked at it closely. Same question, different answer. See you there. Barcelona in the early morning, before the city wakes up. The light comes off the sea at an angle that makes everything look like it was painted. The markets are just opening. The coffee is already on. It's a city that makes you want to stay, which is, of course, the whole problem and the whole point.